shit. He's seen so much. That's so shit. Nexus, yes, come on. Anya. He's like, they're using different abilities. So look, we got the Shepherd in Horde, and I think he's using Bear's ability. Oh, are you ready? Are you ready? That's what
Hey guys, Onyx here from the True Sweat podcast. I just want to say thank you for coming and listening to another podcast and watching. I hope you can enjoy this one. I'm with King Abs. For some reason, the start of the podcast just decided to go absolutely AWOL. I mean, you probably noticed in the podcast as well, my camera's having a bit of problems. I'm not sure why. OBS just decided to be a bit of an idiot. So this is me just explaining that I'm basically going to be talking to King Abs about his YouTube growth and talking about content creation, Battle Royale, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. And sit back, relax, grab some snacks, and enjoy.
Twitch, Twitter, Discord, Reddit, yeah, all of that.
Yeah, you got a big presence on Reddit?
I don't use Reddit that much, but I'm starting to use it a little bit more.
I'm not a big fan
there are
of it.
people. Okay, I think there are a lot of passionate people on there. Some people are out for argument on Reddit as well, and but generally, there are a lot of people that just love Gears of War, that love to discuss it. I found that there are a lot of people on there that like to talk lore as well, about the Gears of War lore, and I like to have those conversations as well. So sometimes just have a look, see if I can give my 2 pennies worth on stuff.
Nice one, man. I like it. So I had a little flick through your channel. Not like your recent stuff. I've gone back a few years. So like some of your first videos, like Forza Horizon, and like you got like GTA and stuff. How come you? How did you transition from doing those sort of videos? Because some of them pops, like you had a drift set up for like a BMW that was like got 40,000 views, and then you just transition to Gears. It's like it's a mad transition.
So only the OG of my channels will know this, but basically I started my channel probably about 4 years ago or something, and well, I'm only 21. Well, I just turned 21, so I'm probably younger than like a Raw or Shadows, guys who are a bit more established, been in the scene for a lot longer.
Yeah.
So I was in year 11 at the time, probably about 2016. And I said to my friends, and I was like, you know what, guys, we need to start a YouTube channel. I was like, I'd love to make content, and they were like, oh, you know what, Abs? All right, let's do it. So it was me and two of my closest, two of my close friends, and we started a channel called Trio Plays.
Oh, okay.
But I was always the main person behind it, so I obviously sort of led everything, and I was sort of the main guy behind it all. But it was two of my friends as well. One of my friends, he loved Forza, so he was like, "Oh, I'll do Forza content." And then my other friend, he was really into FIFA, so he did FIFA content. Even though I like FIFA as well, but he was like really, really into it. And then I liked Gears, so I was the guy doing the Gears content.
Yeah.
So it was like content. So each of us was focusing on one game each of us was focusing on one game, and they'd basically send me their videos, and I'd basically do the tags, the thumbnail. Because over the years I've started to learn more about how the YouTube algorithm works, how sort of to basically I've been trying my best to improve for a while now, learning over the years how actually it's not just about creating the video. It's so much more, the thumbnail, everything that goes into the viewer's perspective, things like that.
Yeah.
So like a year or two into making these videos, one of my friends, he decided that he didn't want to do it anymore, and then obviously it was, it was a bit of a sticky situation, and then so we were like, okay, man, no worries, it is what it is, we'll move on. But it was still called Trio Plays, but there was only two of us left, and then we carried on for a little bit, and then I said to my friend, I said to my other friend Jason that was remaining in the YouTube team with me, and I said to him, "Well, what should we do? Because there's two of us, and it's called Trio Plays." And I'm just thinking, his goal was never really to do YouTube content, but I wanted to take it to the next level. So I was like, what if I rebranded it, something about me, because I want to take this, like I really want to take it upwards, onwards, and upwards, and I want people to identify with who's actually behind the channel. Because when it was called Trio Plays, we didn't really do commentaries much or things like that. No one really knew who actually is running this channel. Like, who is it? So I wanted to make a sort of brand image, and then we just thought of King Gabs, and that was midway through 2019 or something. So I've not been King Gab for a while, for a long time really, and it's only since I rebranded, since I rebranded, it basically started going onwards and upwards there as I kept learning, as I kept improving. Yeah.
Okay. Do you find it difficult sometimes to make Gears content when it comes to the game? So, like, TC are pushing out skins and stuff, but when it comes down to making actual videos, do you find it difficult, or?
Personally, I do love creating YouTube content. I just love doing it. But with Gears, it can be difficult. Like never really wanted to do skin gameplays and stuff like that much, because I feel like a lot of people do it, and also I've sort of always wanted to differentiate myself from other content creators. I want to just provide something different. And for me, I've not really enjoyed Gears 5 as much. I've only started to enjoy it now, and I can't just sit there, and play the game for so many months and do gameplay videos when I'm not even enjoying the game. Like I just can't do it. Like in Gears 4, I loved, after a while, I loved the gameplay. In previous Gears of War games, if at the time I would have done gameplays if I was doing content, most likely. But Gears 5, it's improving, but I don't know. I think I moved away from the gameplays. I don't think I'll do much gameplays going forward. I like to do things outside the box. I'm always thinking of ideas in my head. I'm always writing them down on my phone. Just news, discussions, lore, things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say your lore videos are quite good because at the moment I know there's a big battle in the community when it comes to lore, because you've got I know Shadows has turned around and said he's going to be trying to do basically a library of lore videos. You've got Barricade, who's done a lot like a library as well.
Oh yeah.
But each one's tended to be a bit different, which is kind of good because you get to hear different people's perspectives on the story and stuff, which is nice.
Yeah.
Really, it's so
personally, I think sorry to interrupt you.
No, go on.
Personally, I just think Gears of War lore is content that I like to watch. I think like Gears of War lore and discussions and stuff like that, it has a long shelf life. Like people can watch it at any time, but they do take a lot of effort to do those types of videos. For instance, you have to grab the clips from. You need to know the story inside out. I'm improving my knowledge in the lore. I know it's not perfect, but you have to know where to get the clips. At what moment does this exact thing happen? You need to make sure you're spot on, basically. Yeah.
Yeah,
a lot more effort compared to news and stuff.
Oh, 100% there, because there's books, there's comics, there's even on the internet there's hundreds of different things. And you got Parasidian, who used to work at TC. He was sort of a Gears knowledge guy, and he knew more than anybody really. And I'd like to see him sort of take part in some videos as well. I mean, I'd probably recommend inviting him on or something onto your channel, see if you can get something out of him. Yeah, it's you've had a crazy blow up. I mean, you started doing Twitch streaming, right, as well. You've recently started doing that. How's that
Yeah,
going?
yeah. It's going well, but I think it's a bit difficult for me to balance everything because obviously I'm not a full time content creator, but I do content like full time.
Yeah.
Like even this week, I've released quite quite a few videos, and but not to forget, obviously I'm on furlough because it's lockdown at the
Yeah.
moment. But if it wasn't lockdown, I'd be working as well, and I study at university as well, and I do content full time. So I can't like overdo myself, basically.
Mm.
Yeah,
I've noticed that with content it's difficult because I used to do at one point I used to do daily videos and it drains you out. It does because you don't have time for anything and it just
yeah,
it
yeah.
eats you away. You need time. You need a break and time for yourself and basically just enjoy yourself really.
It's
Um,
like during last lockdown, I took content to the next level. I was doing like so many quality videos a week, and
mm,
then I was streaming like every single day. And for me personally, it was just mentally, it was quite difficult. Like content creation, it can be difficult as well. Like people sort of underestimate it. Like I was doing it every single day, and it just felt like I was locked in my room every single day, just creating content. And when you're just away from your family, or like, um, you just sat in your own room, not talking to anyone.
yeah.
It sort of does things to you. So that, and even when it was locked down, like, I didn't have the gym. The gym for me is sort of my go-to place for like, just I'm in my own world. I'm just
It's good for mental
working
health. The
out.
gym
Yeah,
is 100.
mental
Percent
health. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Because I used to go to the gym as well quite a bit. Obviously, lockdowns just absolutely screwed it over as well.
Yeah.
But that was my place as well. I think that's a good place to really kind of get your head sort of clear, really, because you can just concentrate on yourself and you learn more about yourself as well. It's a weird journey.
Yeah, it gives you confidence as well. You set your goals, you work towards your goals. Even for stress relief, it has a lot of benefits. Health, less, yeah, even health, of course.
Yeah.
There's a lot of benefits to the gym.
Right. So,
Yeah.
moving forward, is there some goals that you want to hit this year coming for your channels? Any numbers or any piece of content that you want to achieve making, or
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Um, so firstly, I just want to say why setting a goal and a plan is really important. Like you need that vision. If you need to have that vision and the plan before anything. Um, Generally speaking, I do watch a lot of motivation videos. Arnold Schwarzenegger, just his motivation and things like that. And he says, you need to have that vision. If you don't have that vision, then you're just going to be drifting around. So since starting content creation, I always had that vision. But for 2021 specifically, um, I do want to hit at least 10, 15,000 subscribers. According to Social Blade, I don't know if you used it much, but
I have
uh,
looked at the
on,
social blade. Yeah, yeah. I don't use
oh,
it too
on the
much.
social, okay, on Social Blade, it said future projections December 2020. It said about 25,000 subscribers, and I was like, what? So, but that it doesn't take into account all factors.
Mm,
Whether the game is slowly dying, or the game just skyrockets up because of an operation or stuff like that, or I might not be able to create content for a month,
mm.
maybe these factors. But it's good signs to come. I do want to hit at least 15k minimum, and I do want to expand in some form this year as well, because kids content, it is, I love doing it so much, but I think I've said this in the past. I think there is a ceiling to it. Um, I did try to expand in the past to COD, but I think COD is just too saturated.
Mm.
Um, a thing that I love at the moment is anime. I don't know if you watch it, but um,
Anime. I've never really explored. I've never really watched it too much. I know there's a lot of fans that like love anime, so I respect
yeah,
anyone who enjoys it. But
it's just before I started watching it, my friend was like, "Abs, please watch it," and I was like, "Nah, man, this looks childish. This is not for me." And then I watched it, and I was like, "Wow, it's just." There's three things that's really good with anime. The characters are larger than life.
Mm.
Um, you know, the characters are just amazing. The storytelling is just on point. Like it's just so good. And three is the actual. It takes you through an emotional roller coaster. You know, when you watch an anime, you like. I don't think there's any other series that captivates you like that.
Mm.
The way they sort of take you through an emotional roller coaster. And so basically, I do really like anime as well. So I was thinking of creating a second channel, basically talking about anime content. You know how I explain lore videos. You know, I do like a video explaining this sort of locust character or something like that.
Yeah.
I was thinking of doing the same for anime. Um, so, for instance, maybe my favorite show, or some of the popular shows, I'll explain this particular character, like a lore video on him, on that character in particular, and then I could do my reactions on other episodes, things like that. I've been thinking about that recently, and I probably will, most likely, I will go through with that. And I was thinking initially to combine that content with King Abs, but I feel like it would clash a bit too much. Um, yeah, it's a difficult one. I was thinking about just becoming a lore-oriented channel.
Mm.
I don't know if you've heard of a channel called Roanoke Gaming. I think.
I have. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about becoming a lore channel like that. Um,
To
but
be, I'd say that, to be honest, I think that was a good. I think it's a good shout because you'll be able to cover a variety, and because like you said, Gears has got a ceiling to it. The content for the Gears can stop at some point, and then what can you put out? You know what I mean? I don't know how Shadows
yeah,
manages to put out what he does. I don't know how he balances it and stuff because he's just gears, where everyone has some sort of
yeah,
game they can jump to, or I think it's a good idea for future going forward is to add things to it. I'm gonna do exactly the same, but not gonna be law based. But
mm,
I'll be looking at other games just to bring a bit more people to the channel. You know what I mean?
yeah. It's like you need that audience. So like when I was trio plays and we were doing a bit of FIFA, we were doing a bit of Forza, we were doing a bit of Gears, we are doing a bit of GTA, like all these random games. So the foundations weren't even built, and it was like people subscribing from different angles. Like
Yeah,
there might be some people subscribe for Forza builds, and some people subscribing for like pro clubs, FIFA gameplay and montages. People subscribing for Gears, so everything was all random.
yeah,
So there was no like actual audience. Because right now, people come to my videos for Gears content.
I see. Yeah,
Um, they're all Gears fans. Some of them might like lore, some of them might just want news updates, some of them, like the discussions. Um, but that base is there. That's I think 2020 was a good year for me in terms of actually building those foundations.
yeah.
I think that's the hardest part with the YouTube channel and content creation. Once you build those foundations, that's the hardest part. But once you build them, then growth can be exponential from then.
Mm.
I think.
100%, I agree with you. Do you have any goals for your Twitch streaming, or is that still just going to be a part-time thing you do on the side to your content, or?
I think it might be part time, to be honest. Yeah, because I enjoy YouTube content a lot more than
Mm.
Twitch. The reason why I'd probably say is obviously, although there is more money in Twitch, I'd say, but um, from standpoint of actually enjoying it, like YouTube content, I can make it any time I want. Like one day I might just get like 3 videos done, and then one day I might just feel like, oh, I can't be asked. I just can't bother editing today. Whereas Twitch, you need a schedule. You always need to um, stick with it.
Mm.
There's people that want to know, okay, when you're streaming, um, And like with me, I love engaging with the chat. So generally, like every person who comes into my stream, I'm like, hi, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by.
That's it. Yeah, you
Hope you're
gotta
having a
treat
great
everyone the
day.
same.
Yeah, and saying that to every single person that stops by and stream for me is quite draining. Not gonna lie,
Yeah.
that really engage with everyone. Um, and I love engaging with people in the community, but for me it is quite draining, and I just really prefer YouTube content over that. That's just my personal preference anyway. Other people might prefer Twitch over YouTube, as people stream so much, but
Mm.
with YouTube they're not really familiar. I think even though I've only streamed like, I don't know, 12 times or something, and I've done okay. I'm not done too
Yeah,
bad,
yeah. So
but
your viewership's
uh,
pretty decent because I've came to a couple of your streams and I've played in a
yeah,
couple of your little custom lobbies as well, just to have a little bit of fun.
yeah, yeah, and I think I could do it with Twitch, but it's just, I think ultimately it's what you enjoy as well, and I don't want to stick. I don't just want to stick to Gears, to be honest. Like, because if I'm doing Gears content on YouTube and I'm doing Gears content on Twitch, there's no room for me to expand.
Yeah,
So I was just thinking, if I stick to YouTube, I do Gears content on King Gabs, plus any other games that I may want to cover down the line, and then I was thinking of doing an anime channel as well. I do also have a second channel at the moment. Called Abs After Hours. Um, I was thinking of just doing some fitness content on there, but I don't want to. I don't want to go too overboard. To be
yeah.
honest, yeah, yeah,
I mean, it's a good. I think what you're doing is a good idea. You got to spread out the content. If you can work out a schedule to, say like, okay, I'm gonna put a video here with this day, a video here on this day, but you'll have literally like. That's the thing people don't understand. You will have literally zero time to yourself or zero time just have a chill day. Most
yeah, yeah,
content
yeah.
creators can't remember the last time they sat down and watched a film all the way through. It's you know what I mean. It's like I'm a big fan of Star Wars. I like Mandalorian and stuff. Mandalorian's amazing to me, and trying to fit in the time to watch the series, it was difficult. And then, because I'm part of the org RawGamers, they told me to go and have a couple of days break, man, and just relax. And so I literally went and
Yeah.
just binge watched the whole series like within like 2 days.
Like, yeah, a lot of my friends they watch a lot of Netflix series and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, Abs, why have you not started this series? I thought you were gonna watch it." Like, I don't know, any series like Brooklyn Nine-Nine or something like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
and I'm like, oh, when I watch it, I feel unproductive. Like, I'll be thinking, oh, I could be creating content during that time. That's why I was reluctant to start anime at the same time, because of that, pretty much that reason. I want to be like creating content during that time. So, but I do have a life outside content as well. I work and I hit up the gym a lot of the time. I study as well. But with me, because I'm 21 right now, and it is a really important time for me to actually know my goals for the future of what I want to do. Like, the uni will be a backup to me, or YouTube might be a backup to me, but I need to know which is going to be which,
yeah.
if that makes sense.
What are you studying at uni at the minute?
Business IT, so
Oh, nice.
like data analytics, programming, things like that. Data science,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Are you hoping to, once you finish it, are you hoping to jump into like a very high end job or in like game industry, or are you looking just to have a business, or where do you want to go with that?
Um, I do. It's tough. That's why I really do want to make it on YouTube at the same time. Like this time for me is really important, because if I know I can really grow on YouTube this year, then on content creation, then I might not even need to go into like a job 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Even when I was younger, I used to think to myself, I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I don't want to be working for someone all my life. I want to do things on my own time. I think I've had sort of an entrepreneurial spirit since I was quite young, Like even in high school, I used to be selling crisps and drinks to people.
Oh, we've all done that, man. Yeah, I was that
Yeah,
kid
yeah.
as well. Big
And even
backpack full of
yeah,
pop and stuff.
yeah, I'd get these Lucasades and these Doritos and all of these stuff. And it's just generally as a kid, I always used to think of these ideas of just selling stuff and um, just finding ways to actually make money. Um, and that's why at a young age I was quite curious as well. I said to my friends, what if we start a YouTube channel? Because I knew of the potential then, and yeah, and like I always have these ideas that just run through my head every day. Like, what if I started this business, or what about this venture? Like I said to my friend, what if you started a meme page on Instagram? Because there's these meme pages on Instagram. They have like hundreds of thousands of
Yeah, they
followers.
do. Yeah.
Some of them have a million plus, and they make a lot of money on it because people um, want their stuff advertised. Like music artists or people like that. But I didn't have the time for it because I was doing YouTube content. So I just said to my friend, what if you did that? And he started his own, and he's got like 70,000 at the moment followers on his meme page. So like, I'm always just thinking of these ideas. Yeah,
That's crazy, man. Right, so talking YouTube content, for anyone who's just making a channel, or as anyone just wants to thinking about YouTube, do you have any advice that could give their viewership a boost or subscriber count a boost, or any sort of advice at all?
I think there's three things: obviously, hard work, determination, and you need to trust the process as well. Um, for a while, it's not going to pay off, and you need to sort of accept that, and you need to stay at it. Yeah, you need to keep going and keep going. Another thing is, don't just spam people, but saying please check out my video. Even when I was a lot smaller, I used to do that as well, and people, they don't like it, and no one really cares as well. And that's just how it works, isn't it? I've done it myself in the past when I was a lot smaller. I was like, hey, nice video, check out mine, like that type of thing, and um, I don't. That's not the best way to grow. Also, just learn how YouTube works. Even if you have the best, even if you have the best video ever, if your thumbnail isn't great, then you need to know how people are actually going to click on your video in the first place. They don't know if you have the best video ever or the worst video ever, but that thumbnail needs to be pretty appealing. You need to know how YouTube works as well. There's a lot more. There's a lot more about it. It just instead of um, creating the actual video itself, you need to know about how the search engine works and stuff like that. That's my advice anyway,
Yeah,
from what I've
some pretty good
learned.
advice.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, right. So now we're going to talk gears. Okay, so this is gonna be the hefty stuff. So,
All right.
the biggest thing that's happening in the community at the moment is talking about battle royale.
Oh
Um,
baby.
yeah. So let's have a little talk about battle royale. So, do you think it would work for Gears right now? Do you think it could be its standalone game? How do you think Gears needs that big? That big mode.
Definitely. I think it needs to be its own standalone experience. Um, Gears of War, call it Emergence or something like that. I don't know, whatever. Gears of War Emergence or something like that. That's got to do with the Gears of War universe. Make it its own standalone game. Have seasons. How Fortnite, Warzone, how they all do it. Because look how long Fortnite is lasting. For instance, can keep going on and on and on. The game will never die. Like a battle royale is just not gonna die. It can keep evolving. And Gears really needs it. The Gears really needs it. Um, Even if it's not a battle royale, like something very very unique that only Gears can offer, like like a massive team based mode, which is like COG versus Locust. But personally, I think a battle royale might be a bit better because people, they sort of want this feeling of achievement, like as a squad or as a solo or as a duo. I think a massive team based mode, you can have that, but I feel like Battle Royale over the long term, it has a lot more longevity. I feel. Um, I think with the Gears community, because it is a long-standing IP, you have fans over, like, you have the '06 fans, you have the '08 fans, you have the fans from Gears 3, Judgment, 4, 5. So they've all sort of got very different opinions.
Yeah.
And especially, I feel like a lot of the older uh, players, they are quite reluctant to change. Because you've been playing Gears for so long, the game can't be exactly the same as Gears of War 1 or Gears of War 2, Gears of War 3. It needs what I've said in tweets as well is Gears of War, it will always be about, dark, gritty, locust, gory, brothers to the end. It will always be that, Gears, it's not just about, wall bouncing or wall not having wall bouncing or King of the Hill. Gears will always be brothers to the end, locust, gory, all of that. Storytelling, larger than life characters, stuff like that. So basically, keep that, but evolve it. We've seen that in Gears Tactics, right? They've tapped into an entirely different genre, but they kept the locust. They made it dark and gritty. They had like larger than life characters because Gabe, Sid, and Michaela, they are really good characters. Even Ukon as well, amazing character. So that's not anything to do with wall bouncing or PvP or anything like that. It's just the Gears of War universe, but it's tapped into another genre. So you need to keep that. You need to keep that. What makes Gears great and evolve it. So that's why if you keep that, but bring that to Battle Royale. So I've got so many ideas for Battle Royale. I could talk about it for about 2-3 hours, but a few little examples is that, imagine having a Krill Storm. Only Gears of War can provide that, right? And obviously, a really big map for Battle Royale, a Gears Battle Royale. I don't know if it will work that much. I'm not sure because a lot of it's close quarters.
Yeah.
And when it's really long range, you need to think about bullets dropping off and stuff like that. So I said, like, imagine if it was 40, 50, 60 players on like close quarter combat sites, for instance, Mansion, Checkout, Raven Down, stuff like that. But it sort of forces you into these close quarter combat situations. And also, the Gears universe is so unique. You could have some locust patrol in the map. You can open up a Gears crate, obviously, in Warzone, how you open up the boxes.
Yeah.
And, you get whichever weapons, SMG, might pick up a sniper, a launcher, etc. So you pick up a Gears crate and, you might pick up a breach shot. Obviously, Nasha will have to probably be staple in every box. Pick up a flashbang or maybe some ink grenades, a Gorgon pistol, stuff like this. The Gears universe is so unique. Like in Gears 3, actually, when you complete a Horde challenge, you'd get this box and it'd have like some weapons in there. Remember that?
Gears 3?
Yeah. Like if you complete a bonus challenge, you'd get like these boxes that would appear next to your command post.
Oh, and,
yeah. You'd open up that box and there'll be like 6 incendiary grenades in there or something.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. So that you can imagine if there was loads of those placed around the map. You open it up, and you get these weapons. I think a Gears Battle Royale can be done. Mr. Kimanian, he made a post saying Gears Battle Royale, and I saw like 60, 70, 80% of the community saying no. And they said no without giving any context as to why they're saying no. Okay, fair enough, you disagree, but why do you disagree? Do you think the mechanics don't work? Do you think, they don't have the resources? Do you think, why? They just say no for no reason. You have to be open-minded. I think with this sort of mindset, we're not really going to get far with Gears. We need to think about evolving it. That's why I've talked about, we can't always just focus on skins and stuff like that, because when Gear 6 comes around and we don't have all these skins, is that all you're going to think about? Skins and Nasha Gib range and lancer damage, and health regen while you're
Yeah.
bouncing. I feel obviously these, yeah, they are important stuff, but we need to look at the bigger picture sometimes as well.
As the thing with Gears, it's like since Gears 4, it's constantly even Ultimate Edition. It was a skin. It's
Yeah,
always become a skin thing, a skin based game. Like I know skins and cosmetics are massive in games,
yeah,
but
yeah,
honestly, it's not that big anymore. I think people like skins. Don't get me wrong. I like a new character skin. To
yeah,
use when just using the normal Gears characters and stuff, but
yeah,
it'll just happen the same again. Come Gear 6, we'll have a set base of characters, and then we'll be waiting for characters to come out every month. We'll be waiting for maps to come out every month, and then we'll spend about 8 months just talking about tuning. Like,
yeah.
you know
Like,
what I mean?
like if we just waste our time just doing that every single Gears title, then where are we gonna get? You know,
We're not going to get
um,
anywhere at all.
Um, I've I've said it myself, and I know Raw and Shadows of they've said this as well. That Gears, it feels the same since 2011. Neon said that as well. Neon Velocity, he said the same thing. A lot of us do have this opinion that Gears, it has to evolve now. With it feels like we're still playing 2011
Yeah,
Gears 3, but with like updated servers and bit faster gameplay and better graphics and stuff like that. The Gears, it has to evolve. Like, people forget, this is a AAA title. This is one of Microsoft's biggest franchises, Gears of War. Obviously, it's not. Obviously, in the last few years, it's gone a bit downhill. But let's not forget, Gears has got that has got that power still. They, fair enough. Gears 5, it failed at launch, and it's slowly creeping up. But the damage has been done for Gears 5. I feel, unless something big happens. So people shut down ideas like, oh, TC can't do this, TC can't do that. Who's gonna, like, they can't even give us maps and escape tiles, which is fair enough. I know they can't. The scope has sort of changed, but I feel like they can. I think we need to show the demand. If we keep showing the demand, for instance, Phoenix Collection, that will show Xbox and all of these the Gears of War developers and people like that. Show, what, the Gears community, they want these projects. There's a demand for this. There's a market. If we just show them that, look, all we want is skins, then that's all
yeah.
we're gonna get. We need to show this demand. I've said it quite a few times as well to people in the community. Um, Showing that demand is really important, I feel.
Um, I agree. When it comes to Phoenix Collection, I believe a Phoenix Collection should be a thing.
Yeah, yeah,
But
definitely.
the only thing I don't agree with the Phoenix Collection is the multiplayer aspect, because I agree with you. I think we should have all the campaigns back remade, looking nice and fresh. Be
Yeah,
nice chance to replay them all. When it comes to multiplayer, I think it would just cause a massive issue. Like, considering we've had issues with beta tuning in 4, in 5, even in Ultimate
yeah,
Edition, how many times they changed the freaking Nasher, like, how are you going to get a balance in a game that's had how many iterations of different multiplayers? You know what I mean? That's the only thing
yeah.
about Phoenix Collection
I
I'm
think,
not
yeah,
too fan on.
um, that would be a bit difficult. I think the old tunings, they won't really work on today's sort of servers and graphics. Like Gears 3, all the weapons were pretty OP. The Nasher was like a cannon. All the rifles were so OP. So if Gears 3 was remastered, let's say the multiplayer was remastered, people would just sit back and just lancer you all day long.
Yeah,
Like, when I played Gears 3 back in the day, like, I didn't use the sword off shotgun because I just had like sort of integrity. I just wanted to use the Nash. I wanted to get into it. I didn't use the retro because I knew it was OP. So I just used like the lancer. But people nowadays, they abuse every single OP weapon, don't they? That's just
yeah,
how gaming is now. Like esports and everything. Everything's so competitive. People play like there's like £3,000 or £10,000
yeah.
on the line every game. So that's why I don't think like the tunings will work. So the tuning would have to have like a whole rehaul, in my opinion. Um, Yeah, I definitely think the tunings is something to think about. Yeah, campaigns won't be a problem.
Yeah,
I
100%.
think
I agree with
Horde will
that.
be fine as well. Um, but I think like a Gears 2 Ultimate Edition multiplayer, I would play that game all day long. I'm telling you.
It's just getting it it's just getting it right multiplayer wise, because imagine trying to replicate a tuning that was like 8 years ago or something. You know what I mean? It'd be a
Yeah,
difficult challenge. It's possible, but I don't think it would play the same as it did when Gears 2 released. I think it'll be like a
yeah, it won't.
nostalgic sort of
Mm.
thing. But I'm all for Phoenix Collection, but multiplayer is just a big like, it's a big like a what if situation with me. 100%.
I think it can be done with the tuning. It will be like the tuning will have to have some sort of rehaul in each of the games. Ultimate Edition sorted anyway, really, but just 2 and 3. Um, and obviously you got the maps. I think the tuning will just need those. It definitely needs to be reworked, but you got those amazing maps, um, and even Phoenix Selection. It can be the backbone of the franchise as well. Um, Alongside the battle royale, Gears 5, Gears 6, they'll come and go, but the Phoenix Collection, um, Gears battle royale, they can always be there. So Phoenix Collection, it won't really die. It will always be there. It can have features added over time. So say if one day they wanted to expand Gears of War 3 Horde even more. So so let's say they wanted to add like the Gears 5 abilities, the classes to Gears 3 Horde, and add even more enemies. Add Ram into the Horde, add Scourge, and things like that.
Yeah.
The Phoenix Collection, it can be even more improved upon. Like over time, keep adding features. Battle Royale, like look how long Fortnite's lasting.
Yeah.
Fortnite will
Long
continue to
time.
last. It
Long
will
time.
it will keep going. It will keep going. So a Gears Battle Royale, it would make it free to play, Xbox exclusive Battle Royale. So PC and Xbox, and imagine how big that would be for Xbox as well. An exclusive Battle Royale. And also a battle royale for Gears. It has the down but not out system already. You know how Fortnite and Warzone, they've got the down but not out system,
That's it.
but
Yeah.
Gears has had that since '06. But talk about some of my ideas for battle royale. But it's up to you,
Yeah. Yeah.
unless you got
Go
more.
for it.
Okay.
Go for it.
So for the storm, I've got four ideas, but one of them is just Krill Storm. Second is emotion countermeasure. So let's just say each a player is infected by lambency in some way, shape, or form. Since it is multiplayer at the end of the day, it doesn't have to be 100% according to the law. You know, um, so everyone's affected by lambency in some way, shape, or form, and the emotion countermeasure is basically closing in every minute, like the storm,
Yeah.
and you can last 30 to 20 seconds inside the emotion countermeasure storm. Um, So, so you can either have Krill Storm, you can either have emotion countermeasure storm, you can even have like the wind flares. The weather on Sarah is absolutely crazy.
Hmm.
You can also have that, and you can also have Razor Hail as well.
Yeah. I was just thinking that when you said weather,
Um,
Rise of Hell's
yeah,
weather.
yeah. Actually, I had a piece of paper here with some ideas. Oh, here it is. Yeah. um, what else was I thinking? Let's have a quick look. Oh yeah, so you got vehicles as well that only Gears can provide. Maybe not got too, maybe not go too out there like centaurs and stuff, because I think that would be quite difficult. That's more of like a team-based mode for
Yeah.
Cog versus Locust, having like assault derricks and stuff. But you can even have like the motorbikes from Gears 2 if you're playing as a duo. Um, you can have a blood mount as well if you're a
Yeah.
solo.
Yeah.
Like say if like in Gears 2 you got those blood mount stables in Nexus. I think they're in the Royal Palace. But just imagine if they're not in the Royal Palace, they're somewhere located on the map, in the Gears Battle Royale map, and there's like these four of these blood mounts, in a stable, and you take one of them out, and obviously only one person can ride it, similar to the Beast Rider. So anyone can ride it, and like it will be like such a cool sort of vehicle. What else we got? We got the trucks as well from Gears 3. And I think there's the vehicle, there's the trucks in Gears 5 as well. The Minotaur, I think it's called.
Yeah.
We've also got the Skiff as well, but that's a bit more open world sort of.
Yeah, I think it's a bit too much. I think it's too much of a big vehicle to use, I'd say.
Yeah. So, but even, we've got so many vehicles as well. Even so, back to the point about the down but out system. I feel like you can't really. If it was a battle royale, you can't really kill someone by just boom shotting them. Say if there's a squad of guys, and a squad of 4, and you boom shot. You fire your boom shot at 3 of them. I don't think you should kill 3 of them in one go. I think you should down them all. But if it was a full squad that you got with the hit, then obviously that would wipe them all out. And I feel like headshots should still work how they work in multiplayer. If you get a headshot on someone, that's it. They're dead. They're gone. Even when someone goes down, you can res them, but maybe the res time takes a little bit longer. 5-10 seconds. We've also got stim grenades as well from Gears Judgment.
Yeah.
So like Gears, and people say as well, the weapon they're not. Gears doesn't have enough weapons. Gears has got so many weapons.
Yeah, there's a lot of weapons that have not been explored either from books and stuff. So it's interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's weapons from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Judgment. There'll be weapons probably that will come into play in Gear 6 as well. The Swarm, they might get even stronger. They'll have their own weapons. But even without that, I think there are so many weapons already. Even the amount of pistols you can get, the shotguns. What else we got? Assault rifles, breach shot, markser, lancer, retro lancer, hammer burst. And then obviously we've got the long shot, we've got torque bow, boom shot, drop shot, digger. And then we've got the heavy weapons as well. Even if there was, on Warzone, there's like these contracts around the map. I was thinking, like imagine if one of those contracts were, you can hire. Like, I feel like a Gears Battle Royale can have some contracts around the map. So one could be, for instance, you hire a stranded to mug someone else on the field so you select a player that you want mugging. Similar to GTA, there was a feature.
That's it. Yeah, you call someone and you could steal their money and stuff.
You call Lamar, and you'd be like, "Oh, I need to get this mugger on. I need to mug someone in the GTA session," and the mugger would like go and mug them. But if the mugger was able to escape, then you'd get the money. But that person getting mugged, they can kill that mugger as well. So basically, what you can do is you can hire a stranded person, because stranded, they're always looking for parts, looking for resources. So you can hire, one of the contracts can be, you can hire this sort of stranded person to mug someone on the field, and if that stranded can make their way back to you, then obviously you get that money. But obviously if that player ends up killing the stranded, then you just lose out really. And also there's the Locust Hunters from Gears of War 3. They basically used like assassins by the Locust to assassinate people. So imagine if there was a contract to basically hire a Locust Hunter. Obviously, it doesn't have to be 100% according to the law, does it? Otherwise,
no, it doesn't have to. It could be any character. It could be. It doesn't have to be. A Swarm Hunter. It could be a Locust Hunter. It could be. It could be Alex Brand for the COG. You know what I mean? It could be. You could venture it anyway.
So that Locust Hunter. I'm just saying Locust Hunter because just according to the law. So I've got a bit of context. You can hire that sort of hunter, and they basically assassinate someone on the field. There's just little contracts like that around the field. And the way they have the buy station in Warzone, you can have that station in obviously you can have like a fabricator in the middle of in some parts of the map, which basically allows you to buy some stuff. You might just want to buy some I don't know, what can you buy now, like a mortar strike, and or you can buy some heavy weapons like a tri shot or something. Maybe you might want to buy like a couple of fortifications. You feel like, okay, this little area that we've got here, it's a nice little setup. To buy some fortifications, or like having a station like a fabricator, or like a little command post or something. I don't know, that allows you to buy some stuff like a buy station in Warzone. Basically, like doing what these other battle royales are doing, but in that Gears twist to it that only Gears can offer, because of how unique Gears is. You know how with Warzone, I feel like it's just rejuvenated the whole with it just rejuvenated the whole COD franchise.
Yeah.
I think before Modern Warfare 2019, where Warzone was introduced, COD was it was going a bit downhill. You had crap COD games like Infinite Warfare that people didn't like. World War Two, I didn't really enjoy that game. It was okay, but COD it was getting a bit stale. They had to evolve it. Look, that's what I mean. Like they stuck to the roots, right? Warzone is COD, but they basically evolved it. What makes COD great? First person action, but they've basically evolved it. And that's what Gears can do as well. And even the business model that Warzone uses, that COD uses, is Warzone's free to play. And obviously they have the microtransactions in there, such as the battle pass, which Gears can have as well. And if Gears had a battle pass, their characters are way better than COD's operators.
Oh yeah.
So Gears has an immediate advantage there. They're even better than Fortnite, because Fortnite, they have to rely on Marvel and Star Wars and all these promotions. Whereas Gears, they don't really need that. Gears have got so many characters. They've got Locust, they've got Swarm, they've got Onyx cards, they've got COG. As I was saying about the business model, people play this free to play Warzone Battle Royale, on Xbox, PS4, PC, etc. And if they like the game, they buy the full AAA game, Black Ops Cold War. So the same can be done for Gears. Free to play exclusive on Xbox. People can buy the microtransactions in the game, the battle pass, any bundles, stuff like that. And then after that, you have the actual. If people enjoy it, new people introduced to the franchise, they can buy the Phoenix collection, or they can buy Gears 5 or Gears 6, whichever game is out at the time.
Yeah.
So the business model, I think, that COD have got now is amazing.
I think it'd definitely be a lot better as a standalone game, like
Yeah.
free, especially free, or even with Game Pass. Game Pass are doing good perks. You could have it. If you have a Game Pass, you can download this free, free Gears that we're going to play. If you're happy with that game, download Gears 6. Or it's a good idea. That is.
Even with Game Pass, it's still not technically free, so it would still limit it slightly. But just having it free to play on Xbox, because free is even different to it being £1.
Yeah.
Like free just allows anyone literally install it straight away if they want to play. So having it free, of course, you'll have the battle pass. People will want to buy that battle pass with the amount of iron or whatever currency they choose to implement into that. Of course, the microtransactions might be a bit more hefty, perhaps, but from a business perspective, they'll have to sort of make this decision. But I think Battle Royale, I think it can work for years. I really do think so. Yeah.
Okay. So I agree. I think they do need to evolve. Gears has been the same for too long. It'd be nice to see it just explode and become a massive game. And it'd help all creators out as well. I mean, like, Christ, if the game blew up, think of all the Gears creators, how much it would shoot up on YouTube, and you'd even get people like Dr. Disrespect to come back and maybe give it another go. Or
like there was a tweet. There was a tweet from Dr. Disrespect and he was saying like, "Where's the new battle royales?" You know, this was about a week ago that he tweeted it, and even Nick Merckx replied to it, "Halo, where's your battle royale?" And like these guys, they jump on the hype train. You know, if Gears had a battle royale, and if it popped off, these guys will be onto that. And just imagine how much, you know, Gears 5, you know, it has what, 1K, 2K viewers.
Yeah.
Gears will just absolutely explode. And this would introduce Gears, this would introduce new players to the franchise as a whole. That's why I think Battle Royale is Gears' way out of sort of cycle of us not really getting anywhere. And because I am becoming a more sort of known figure in the community, I do try and put my voice forward and try and get this discussion in the community, and yeah, things like that. Really.
Okay, cool. Right, so we talked about Phoenix Collection, we talked about Battle Royale. I've got two more questions left. So, one of the bigger ones this year coming forward is TCA Partner Program.
Okay.
Is that one of your goals? Is to be a part of that program, or have you signed up, or are you hoping to be in it, or what's your opinion on the program at the moment?
I think the program. Of course, I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to be in that program. Like, you know, when you start a YouTube channel, you want to be known, right? You wanna make it. You want to be recognized by these companies and things like that. So of course, I would want to be in it. But I think the TCA program was introduced in what, 2016,
Yeah.
and it hasn't changed in about 4 years, almost 5 years. So they need to rehaul that program. I think, you know, COD and Rogue Company and games like this, they really value their creators. They have a creator code. They have a lot of these benefits for the creator. Even creators that tease upcoming content in advance sometimes. I think Sea of Thieves has done that as well. I think I'd love to be part of the TCA program, but I would love for there to be, you know, benefits as well to it. I think it can be improved massively, and I think they will improve it definitely. And I would like to be a part of that, and you know, have my hard work, you know, be recognized as well. So it would be, you know, really appreciated for that to take place. And TCA program. I haven't been. I think I applied for it about 3 years ago when I was Trio Plays, but I haven't applied for it since because there's like a YouTube bug at the moment where you can't use your YouTube channel to like attach it to the profile. So once they've sorted that bug, I'll probably apply for it again.
Also, I spoke to Dana about that. I believe, as far as I'm aware, I believe they've fixed that issue.
Fixed it.
But he said just to sign up anyway, because they'll know who you are. Obviously, you know, they've just got to have your name and that's it. They'll be able to find information about you. So either way, I'd just apply and see what you could do.
Yeah, definitely.
So my other question is regarding TC as well. Is if you had the power to, you know, change one thing right now in Gears that, you know, that you could tell the TC and they'd change it straight away, what would it be?
So they change it straight away, so it's something a bit more.
Like you say, oh, I want this to change right now, and they will just click done. It's changed right now.
Oh, that's a tough one. I was going to say Phoenix Collection or Battle Royale, but that can't be done straight away, and it might not even be done by TC if that was the case.
Yeah.
So that's a tough one. I think TCA is something that can be done relatively quickly, I feel, but it would just low down on the priority list because you know how many problems Gears 5 had and the amount of stuff that need reworking. I think TCA. I think there are a lot more benefits to TCA than people think because community aspect is really important. You want to communicate. You want the community to be really engaged. I feel like in the past the community have been so annoyed that they just start arguing with each other, like which like you just I think the community really needs to be engaged, and TC do need to work on that. And it's really good that TC Kilo stepped in, and now I feel like now I do feel like the communication side of TC will really improve, and transparency is key. You want the fans to be you want the fans to be on board with you. You want them to trust you as developers. And of course, Gears fans, they've had the roughest year in the franchise. You can't beat around the bush there. Since September 2019, and a lot of people have left, and a lot of people, the people that remain, they want that trust back. You have to start somewhere. You need these people to trust the developers, and I think that trust is slowly building now since Operation 5. Because before Operation 5, every single comment on posts, they were all negative. People were going after Dana and other people, other developers.
Yeah.
But I've seen that calm down a lot now. And I think, communication, transparency, marketing. I think marketing as well is really important. I feel like Gears marketing outside of sponsorships, like bundles like Halo Reach and Batista and things like that, they're good, but I feel like marketing really has to improve as well. I think that's more to do with Xbox's side of things.
Yeah, I'd say Xbox.
Because Hypebuster's DLC, you've seen a lot of news outlets like IGN talking about it, but I've not seen Xbox promote it that much. And Hypebusters, is really, really good. So I would love for Xbox to really market that a bit more, and really get these players in there. These players that want to try new games and introduce more people to the franchise. I think that would be really good.
I agree with you. So the marketing side of Xbox is quite poor. I mean, I've said it countless times. When they promote stuff with wrestlers who have never played the game before, or who have you've got Gears 4. There was a panel of comedians playing Gears 4 for the first time, showcasing it, and it was dreadful. Like, you want people who can play the game. Like, why not get a panel of pro players to show off the game? Because they got the skill, they can show people what their game can do, and it's probably the best way and the best showcase they could possibly do. Right? I mean, it's all fun having Batista and stuff in Gears, but I mean, like, it's having wrestlers who have never even touched a game in their life. Just taking on Gears is a very cringe-worthy moment just to sit and watch, man. It's very painful.
And also, even having characters from the Gears franchise appear in other games as well, I think that would be really good marketing as well. We've seen, I was initially against seeing Marcus Phoenix or anyone from the Gears franchise in Fortnite, but the amount of good it can provide to Gears as well, the benefits outweigh the drawbacks when it comes to that. Obviously, I don't want to see Marcus Phoenix do the floss, but there's bigger things to think about. We've seen a Kratos from God of War. We've seen him do the floss and stuff like that in Fortnite. We've seen all these characters from Marvel in Fortnite. Imagine if Marcus Phoenix was in there. Imagine how big that would be for Gears.
Yeah.
But not just Fortnite, like other games, even having a Gears Marcus Phoenix, or like a Carmine maybe in Halo. I think that'd be nice cross promotion there. Or even just, I think marketing can definitely be improved as well. I think that's another place for improvement. Yeah,
100%. Right, we're coming towards the end of the podcast. Is there anyone that you want to give a shout out to? Anyone that's helped you out? Do you want to give some love to anybody? Now is your chance.
Give love to a lot of amazing people in the community, especially some guys that I know in the community, like Mr. Kamanian, Neo Velocity, and a Shiny Rayquaza as well. These guys are really, really great, and I've given them advice. They've helped me out as well. They've given me advice, and we really bounce ideas off each other, and really want to grow together as a community. I love helping out other people in the community, and I want us all to grow together. We need to put differences aside and just grow Gears community as much as we can. Our community is as small as it is, so we need to, stick together. And guys like Mr. Kimani and Neo Velocity in a shiny way. And of course, there are many people, other people out there, spreading those positive vibes. And Raw, we got Cog Couple, people like that. I think just there are a lot of amazing people in the community, and I think we always should stick together. And doing stuff like this, like what we've done today, True Sweat podcast, we should. I think Gears content creators should collaborate a lot more often as well. I think that would be good for the community, and just generally be welcoming to new people in the community as well. For instance, if a new Gears of War player comes into the scene and they might not be that good at the game, it is hard to become good at Gears, and I wouldn't want people to say to them, "Oh, you're trash, you're trash." I want to help them out, and there's people that always comment on my videos and say, I'm new to. Sometimes I see people saying, "Oh, I'm new to Gears. I'm new to Gears 5. How does the store system work?" And I'd give like a really detailed response. Like I always try and help people out with Gears, and with the community, I think we should always help each other out, and that's what the Gears fam is all about. And me, I'm always about those good vibes and spreading the love. So yeah,
all about good vibes. Abs, thank you so much for coming on, man. And anyone listening and watching, please sure to check out Abs in the description. I'll have all his links down there. Go check him out and listen to some of his This Week in Gears. Some good content. Abs, thank you so much
very
for
much.
coming on, man. Cheers, guys.
Appreciated.